Hey everybody, Chris here from Tennessee. I've got Gawith and Hogarth rum flake, aka Jamaican flake. And this is I tried this once before, but it was kind of a rushed job, so this is more of my first impressions. And this time I let it dry out for at least 30-40 minutes, because this was like the most moist tin of Gawith Hogarth blends that I've had, so it needed it. The first time it was pretty bitey, I think because of the moisture. I'm really liking this blend. I had to look up what was in it again because I thought it was like Virginia Perique, but with like licorice, but I'm totally wrong. I think I was thinking of a different tin. But this is 40% sweet sun-cured tobacco. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what that description means. And then it says it's 30% Virginia, and then the rest of the mixture is burley. So maybe you guys can tell me what sweet sun-cured tobaccos they're talking about. I assumed it was Virginia, but apparently it's something else. And then other sites mentioned some dark fired in there, so I'm getting conflicting mixtures from different websites on what's actually in this. But the toppings are rum and something else I can't remember. Oh yeah, rum and maple sugar, which I think is pretty evident. So yeah, it feels like a light and soft smoke, but is pretty full flavored. And took a few minutes to get it lit and get it going, but once it got going, there was really no sign of it going out. I've probably been smoking this for about 10 minutes. And it's referred to as like a Christmas cake. Hold on, let me tamp this down. Whatever they put in here is very smoky. And I find that it's better if this is sipped kind of lightly, because even with light sipping, it produces quite a bit of smoke. And then you get the sweetness that comes out. And yeah, I definitely get that Christmas cookie type taste and smell. The maple sugar is very noticeable, but it's not like super sweet or anything. Maybe it'll get sweeter as I smoke it down, but it definitely comes out when you retrohale, and it's just like a very strong maple sugar essence, but not overly sweet. There is something, as soft as the smoke is, there's something about this blend that's very robust and kind of hearty. So I don't know if this would be like an everyday blend for me. It's not quite as strong as like 1792 Flake or like Nightcap, but it's like, as far as strength wise, it's in the realm of like Peterson Irish Flake, maybe a little bit lighter. But it's quite nice. There is almost a tar-like essence to it that is making me think that there might be like a tiny bit of Latakia in there, also because of the smokiness, but there's no mention of that. But honestly, from the taste, there is a smoky woodiness to it, and the fact that it's actually physically pretty smoky, I do feel like there's like a pinch of Latakia in this. It really tastes like there's Latakia in this. Now that I've got that in my mind, I keep thinking back to Nightcap because this has some similarities. Like, there's like a very soft spice, not quite tingling the tongue, but it's there a bit on the retrohale, and it just it seems like there's like a little bit of Perique in here. But yeah, there's something going on that it's like, it definitely doesn't feel like a primarily burley or Virginia, but like Virginia doesn't feel like the main proportion in this. It's good. I think the name Rum Flake is more fitting. I definitely like it more than Jamaican Flake or Jamaica Flake. And it's not very alcohol-like. at all. So I think the rum is just adding like it's adding a light essence. I think the maple sugar casing is definitely more prominent. But I think the rum is adding like sort of a spiced rum flavor profile to it, lightly. But yeah, it's kind of a tough one for me to guess at because it seems like there's a lot going on. It might be some kind of dark-fired leaf in there that's referring to like the sun-cured or the Indian sun-cured tobaccos. But sometimes the dark-fired can be, at least for me, sometimes I can mistake them. If they're very light, I can mistake it for something like Latakia, but even though Latakia is so distinct, let me see if I can give you a better idea. Let me smoke this down a bit more. Yeah, so it seems like the harder you puff on this thing, if you keep a strong cadence, it's definitely tastes more dark-fired, tastes darker, slightly bitter, but when you sip on it, it really becomes that, it really sort of embodies that Christmas cookie essence that's it's much lighter and like a little bit of cinnamon there, a little bit of anise. There's a very light clove essence to it that becomes a little bit more prominent if you really puff on it. But I'm really liking this blend. It's nice. It's kind of stout. It's stout, but it's very soft, so it's kind of deceptive. I almost can't put my finger on it. But it's very good. Like, I could see this being a really good, like, cool weather blend. And it's nice how full flavored it is because it's nice to sip on a blend lightly and still have it be smoky and full flavored. Yeah, this is like, I don't think there's anything wrong with my pipe. I think this really reminds me. It doesn't taste like Nightcap per se, but it's very reminiscent of that, of Nightcap or like Ashton Hardison's blend. I really think there's Latakia in this. Honestly, this really tastes very natural. The rum and the maple sugar toppings or essences that they've added to this are very natural tasting, and they would fool me, I think, like, if I didn't know. I would almost think there was licorice in here, but yeah, the flavor. I swear I'm tasting Latakia. Really nice. Like, especially since I've been so out of the mood of English blends, like I've just really had no taste for Latakia this past year. Really enjoying Orientals. So maybe I'll try some Balkan Flakes, but really I've had no desire to smoke any Latakia blends this year, whereas last year they were my favorite. So to me this is a nice middle ground between like an English blend and a very natural dark-fired burley. I mean, I'm sipping so lightly. Do you see how much smoke is coming out of that? Crazy. Look at that. There's got to be Latakia in there. Anyway, I'm harping on this Latakia thing, but I don't know what the description is referring to. I have no idea what the other leaves actually are. And the burley in there is very there's no nuttiness from it. I think it's purely just like, I think the burley is just offering an earthiness, maybe making it a little bit more full-bodied. And as far as sweetness goes, it's very mildly sweet. Like, I'm not getting really, there was more at first of a sugary sweetness on the tongue, but it's kind of disappeared. And it's more of a savory dark fired with like, yeah, really good though. It's like really rewarding. Like this is probably, if you've watched my videos, I have a lot of blends that I've reviewed now, and I have way more still cellaring. I've got 60 plus blends that I cellar and then I tap into on a sort of regular basis, and this one is one of the most rewarding blends to sip on because of the amount of flavor and because of the amount of smoke. The retrohale is really pleasant too, because you get that cinnamon coming through, and those spices that aren't like very tingly or anything. They're not too vibrant, but it's just it's like robust and subdued at the same time. Really good blend. I'm looking forward to smoking this one some more and giving a full review on it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Gawith and Hogarth Rum Flake, aka Jamaica Flake. Alright, take care. God bless. Till next time.